Good evening, everyone. My name is Drew Walters here for Alice Lloyd College. I'm joined this evening by Drs. Charles and Kassi Marshall of the classes 1999 and 2000, respectively. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, that is right. Just yesterday.
Just yesterday, huh? Okay, well, we are kicking off a new annual event here in Pippa Passes called the ALC Alumni Purpose Day. And we know that ALC figures big time into your all story, so maybe give us the rundown about your Alice Lloyd College experience and what brought you guys together.
Well, we met here at Alice Lloyd College back when we were both students here. We were RAs and we came the week early to go through our training with Christine, and we knew each other, but that's when we really met and began talking, and I guess the rest is history.
What he's not telling you is how it really started. We were RAs, and that's true, but I knew I was going to need some help in organic chemistry, and I asked around, and someone said, you need to talk with Charles Marshall. I think he was pretty good. So I ran into him at the Hunger Den, and hey, you pretty good at organic? Best pickup line ever. I did get 100 on the first test, and I set the curve for the second test. So
her eyes sparkled.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And 19 years later, we still have chemistry we found in the Hunger Den and over Dr. Hoff's organic class.
That's true. True story.
Wow,
Right
okay.
along the shoreline and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great.
Regular old fairy tale.
That's right.
The banks of Caney Creek. But what keeps you guys coming back to Alice Lloyd College? I mean, there's a reason you've been involved with the college for this long. So maybe tell us what giving back to the community means to you all.
Well, growing up in Eastern Kentucky, I had several scholarships to go other schools, but I wanted to stay close to home. And I remember the first day that we came and just visited. I immediately fell in love with the school. When we drove in, I felt like I was at a state park. I liked the small atmosphere. I felt that there were people that were like me, that had a lot in common with them. I had grown up similarly. We had the same values, morals. And so I immediately fell in love with it, and then I had just wonderful experiences here, not only from my education, but lasting lifelong friendships. Of course, I met Charles, and now I have a beautiful family, and we chose to come back to this area because of Alice Lloyd, basically, was a huge factor. I mean, we're close to family, but we aren't originally from Perry County, and we decided that this is a great place to be. It's a great place for our children to come to the Jim Buchanan School, and we fell in love with the community here. And so we both work locally and try to give back to the community. And I look back, and it's made such a huge difference. Again, the things that I mentioned with friendships and education, but it gave me a wonderful start in life. Leaving here, I actually did my senior year after Charles graduated. I graduated from the University of Louisville, but I did my 3 years here. But I left here with zero debt, and then going on to medical school, that just gave me a huge jump in not having that over my head. But at the same time, I had a wonderful education that gave me a good foundation, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to offer that to other people. And I realized what a difference when I look back that what Alice Lloyd, she did for our community, for Eastern Kentucky, but all the ways that she's also reached out across the United States and across the world. There's lasting impact from what she did here. So the least I can do is try to donate back and keep that tradition and keep her legacy, because she believed in Eastern Kentucky. And I believe in Eastern Kentucky, and I'm so thankful for people like her that made a difference for me. So it's only a small way for us to give back and honor the sacrifices that she made to help give me the life that I have today.
Yeah, and just like Kassi said, one of the main reasons we wanted to come back to this area was because of the school and because of the Jim Buchanan School. We wanted our kids to experience some of the things that we experienced while we were here. And coming to Alice Lloyd not only gives you a good education, but when you learn about the Purpose Road, you realize that it's more than just about education. It's about serving God. It's about serving your fellow man. And those are things that drew me here and things that I still hold dear in our hearts today and moving forward with our families.
Alice Lloyd definitely instills in its students the value of service, not just to your community, but to your fellow man. And whether that's, here in Pippa Passes or whether you leave the area, and go somewhere else, service is always important. The biggest, most positive comments that we hear about the college is how this is a community, and how, you can leave your stuff sitting around, it doesn't disappear. If you need to ask somebody for a favor, people will bend over backwards to do you a favor. So maybe just talk a little bit about, what the community means to you and why you guys keep coming back and why you have for so long.
And even when I graduated and we left to Kassi, when we moved away and got married, this place still held a special place in our heart, just because it is Alice Lloyd College, and once you're here and develop those friendships and the relationships that you built here, you don't get away from that. And that's a good thing. It's like a big fraternity. Once you come here, you're a part of that group, and you will always be a part of that group. And that's a great thing. It's small enough that we knew everyone, yet big enough that we made lifelong friends. And obviously, my best friend and mate for life.
The fact, like I said, the giving back, and that was always important for us. One of the reasons that we chose to come here, we believed in the philosophy and what Alice Lloyd had done. But as we continued in our education and did move away, I think it made us appreciate Pippa Passes even more and realize what a special place we had. And again, that community that can be really difficult to find. And we were anxious to move back and be a part of it, and it's something that we wanted our children to be able to experience. So actually, the college and again the Jim Buchanan School were huge factors in why we chose to go ahead, because neither of us grew up directly in Knott or Perry counties, but in eastern Kentucky. But when we decided to leave Louisville and come back, this seemed like home to us, and it's something that we wanted our children to experience and to be a part of the community also. And so it just seemed natural to continue to be here and to take part and to give back and try to make a small difference as Alice Lloyd and Jim Buchanan and then so many people after them have done.
Well, Appalachian education is clearly something that's very important to y'all. And as a student, I know firsthand the impact that, even smaller gifts can have, life-changing impacts that gifts can have on students from all walks of life. One of the chief tenets of Alice Lloyd's Purpose Road philosophy is a life of service. And your guys' lives definitely demonstrate that life of service that she so wanted for the students that come out of here and just for, all members in the community here. And that's what this Alumni Purpose Day is all about. And we, of course, encourage anybody out there watching to give whatever you can. The ALC Alumni Purpose Day is all about giving. It's a day of appreciation for community. And as you guys said, the life experiences that you carry with you even after you leave Pippa Passes. So maybe you guys could give us a rundown of the ALC Purpose Day as you see it. And
well, the Purpose Day is a great opportunity to give back to the school. Like I said, it's always amazing to me when you go to graduation at Alice Lloyd, and they ask for everyone who's a first-generation college student to stand up, or college graduate, just to see that number of kids to me now, it wasn't that long ago, but to see that number of kids that stand up that maybe wouldn't have had this opportunity had they have needed to go to some school and borrow $100,000 and a big load of debt, or to be that far away from their family. So that's always amazing that Alice Lloyd is able to guarantee tuition as a part of the program. And without the help of donors, individual donors like ourselves, that cannot be a reality. The school is required to support the students, but also it needs help back from people who have benefited from that. And that's one of the things that Kassi and I always like to do, is to help give back to the school that's helped us. And it's also an amazing thing that not only when you leave here, you don't just leave with a graduate degree or with a degree, but if you go on to graduate programs, the school even supports you at another school. There's no other place like that in the world, that after you graduate, they still support you to do other things. And again, all that can't happen without donations and without the support of alumni and people that aren't alumni, that maybe never set foot on the campus, but really believe in the mission of the school and supporting it.
And I think in moving away, as I said, it teaches you to appreciate the community and what a wonderful place it is to be at home, where you do know people and you do have people that watch out for you, and you share common values, common backgrounds, common goals, common ethics, morals. And so moving away, and then also taught us to appreciate our education. I mean, we had a wonderful, solid education, both for both of our graduate schools, medical school, and Charles has a PhD. So we had a very solid foundation, and we left here without owing anything. And that's a huge start in life, a wonderful foundation that you can look back and say, not only did I make wonderful friends, I still have a community that I belong to and I can go back to, and then again, this wonderful education, it's given me all of that, but now I can almost start out with a clean slate. I don't have all of that debt holding me back, and that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful advantage and that you can have just to get that jump start. And then you leave not only with that, but you also leave with work experience. And so that also sets you apart, whether you're going to graduate school or just joining the workforce. So Alice Lloyd and what she believed in and what she sacrificed for in so many ways, you know, she was a servant leader, and that is something that she wants us to carry on. And it's just a very, very small token of gratitude that we can give back to say thank you. We believe in what you did. We believe in the mission and the philosophy of the school, and we want that to continue. And if we all pitch in together again as the community that we say, we can, you know, celebrate another 100 years and another 100 years. And I just think if she could see what Pippa Passes and what Alice Lloyd College has done, you know, all those things that she sacrificed and what she believed in, I'm sure she'd say it was worthwhile 100,000 times, just over and over again. And so that's a lasting impact that she's had, not just locally, but around the world. And so we want to carry that on, and it's so nice we know that so many other alumni feel the same way. So take the few minutes, take the time, don't forget to include them. You know, just a small donation, doesn't matter how large it is, just to let these other outside donors know our alumni believe in the school too. And that's what we want to show, is that we are thankful for Alice Lloyd, we're thankful that we're a part of it, we're thankful our children can be a part of the community here, and we hope that Alice Lloyd College continues to be a light for decades and centuries to come.
Well, there you have it, folks. The mission of Alice Lloyd is alive and well here in the 21st century. We're going to be fielding calls all day, contacting alumni. Of course, your gift of any amount would be a great help to all of us here in Pippa Passes on the Purpose Road. Charles, Cassie, thank you all so much for coming out this evening.
Thank you for having us.
And have a blessed day, the rest of you.
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.